got on my walking outfit because we're getting ready to pound some pavement. If you enjoy living in a walkable neighborhood, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Beth Schadler, and we are living in Asheville, where we explore what it's like to live, eat, work, sleep, play in Asheville, North Carolina, and the surrounding mountain towns. I have a real estate business here, and it is our absolute passion and pleasure to help people move to the area. We get calls and texts and emails every single day from people who are looking to move. So if that's you, whether you're 9 days or 90 days out from now, and you're moving across town or across the dang country, be sure to get in touch and give our team a call, shoot us an email or a text. We'd be glad to create a personalized plan for your move. So, are you looking for a walkable neighborhood in Asheville? Are you tired of driving around and using up all that gas and worrying about parking and things like that? So I'm going to walk you through the top 5 neighborhoods and share some tips about how to find walkable communities at the end of this video. So stay tuned. And if you'd like to learn more about Asheville in general, make sure to hit that subscribe button right down there somewhere and activate that bell so that you'll be alerted every time we make a new video that you probably already want to see anyway. So number 5 on our list is Montford, a historic gem just north of downtown Asheville. It has tree-lined streets and stunning architecture. Montford is a neighborhood that just oozes charm. You'll find an array of locally owned shops and restaurants and cafes, all within walking distance. And it's also home to the Riverside Cemetery, which is a really peaceful place to stroll and learn about Asheville's history. So we did a neighborhood tour there not too long ago, and when we were preparing for the shoot, we had lunch at All Day Darling. It's a little cafe. It's absolutely adorable, and we really enjoyed the vibe there. So if you haven't seen that video yet, check out the video here. And then next up is number 4, West Asheville. Now, you've probably heard a little bit about West Asheville. It's a really eclectic neighborhood or area of Asheville that's known for its hipster, vibrant art scene and friendly locals and a really fantastic selection of music venues and breweries and everything you could ever imagine. So that Haywood Road corridor is a hub of activity, featuring a mix of boutiques and galleries and some of the best food in Asheville. It's a great place to explore on foot and just soak in the local culture. I mean, you can go to One World Brewing and listen to some live music, have some really great food, and then just walk home. And most of the restaurants have outdoor seating, so you can really be a part of the action while you're having some delicious food. So via Haywood Road, west connects to the River Arts District as well, which is connecting to downtown. And from West Asheville, you can also walk down to the river and to Carrier Park and a lot of places. Now, walking from West Asheville through the River Arts District to downtown is a little bit of a jaunt, but it's definitely doable, especially if you're on a bike or an e-bike or whatever your preference is, or rollerblades or whatever you do, or one wheel or skateboard. The proximity to the Greenway along the French Broad River in Carrier Park adds some recreational options as well to the mix. So the greenways are awesome for like strollers, and in Carrier Park there's also a meeting point for families and people who are into sports, and I think there's a track too where you can roller skate and rollerblade, and there's cycling and hockey and basketball and beach volleyball and yoga and CrossFit. So there's just so much to do on that side of town that friends often get together and have little potlucks at their homes and just walk from one friend's house to another friend's house. I remember when I first moved to Asheville and I lived in Candler, all my friends lived in West Asheville, and I remember it snowed. And what they did was they had an old couch. This is kind of a funny story. This is a while ago. They had an old couch and they put it behind a truck, and they pulled it down the road, and I saw all these pictures on social media of my friends having a great time in West Asheville because they were on foot and they didn't have to get in their car and go anywhere during the one snowstorm that we had, and I was stuck in Candler at the time and I was so bummed out and alone. Okay, moving on. Coming in at number 3 is downtown Asheville itself. It's It's not just a destination, it's a lifestyle. So downtown Asheville offers a bustling urban atmosphere with an abundance of shops and restaurants and entertainment options, of course, as you know. So from the historic Grove Arcade to the lively Pack Square Park, there's always something happening downtown. Always. Like every single night of the week and weekend. So a few weeks ago, I took a stroll around downtown with Lyndon. Lyndon, who moved here recently. And we found a condo for him in the heart of downtown, and he's absolutely thrilled. So we'll link the interview with him right here. Lyndon told me that since he's moved a couple months ago, he has not had to fill up his car with gas again since he's been here. Everything that he's needed is within walking distance. He has the French Broad Co-op for food. He's got grocery stores, restaurants, coffee shops, breweries, and he is loving going out and listening to all the music too. So even with the major venues like the Orange Peel and Rabbit Rabbit or the Civic Center being accessible by foot, there's also like these little tiny places that you probably don't hear of on a normal everyday basis that have local musicians that will just blow your socks off. They're so incredibly good. And there's tons of just like hole in the walls and places that you would never think to visit that are absolutely fascinating and where you'll find more of a local feel than a tourist feel. Now let's move on to number 2, which is Biltmore Village, nestled right outside the gates of the Biltmore Estate. Have you heard of the Biltmore Estate? So this charming Biltmore Village has a kind of like a European flair with cobblestone streets and unique boutiques, and it's perfect for a leisurely stroll and shopping and hanging out and having a delightful meal outside or inside. There's so many great restaurants. My favorite is the Fig. We go there all the time. It's not super big and nobody really ever talks about it, or I don't hear about it a lot, but it has the most delicious food. So try it out. So Fairview Road is walkable and it connects Biltmore Village to Oakley, which is kind of a bigger neighborhood in southeast Asheville. So if you live anywhere close to Biltmore Village in Kenilworth or Oakley, you might be able to reach the village by foot or bike and enjoy its charm kind of at a slower pace. And finally, and kind of my personal favorite, because I used to live in that area for a while, is taking the top spot on our list of walkable neighborhoods in Asheville is North Asheville. This area is known for its beautiful residential streets, its proximity to parks like the Botanical Gardens and Beaver Lake, and the really vibrant Merriman Avenue. Vibrant meaning busy sometimes, but also there's lots to do there. And it's filled with shops and eateries, and it's kind of the perfect blend between tranquility and convenience because it's really close to downtown, but also close to lakes and Woodfin and Weaverville. There are 2 greenways that connect Merriman Avenue to UNCA and Broadway Avenue. And Merriman has evolved a lot throughout the years. It used to be it's just kind of hectic, and they've done a lot of work on it to make it a little bit more smooth. And there's the Asheville Pizza and Brewing Company there. We love to go see movies there because they're super cheap and you can get great food and beer. And it's usually the movies that have just come off of the theaters too. So it's really enjoyable, especially for kids. So when it comes to walkability, we also like to think of our neighbors. Like Black Mountain and Weaverville. Black Mountain's often called the front porch of Western North Carolina. And this is only a short drive from Asheville. I mean, 20 minutes on the interstate, like super, super easy drive. And there's a main street there and it has a really walkable downtown area with quaint shops and galleries and cafes. And you can take a stroll along Cherry Street and you'll be greeted with like all kinds of different people waving and hanging out and wanting to talk and chat and pet your dog and have a conversation. So if you live in Black Mountain, you'll be able to walk downtown from almost anywhere kind of centrally located. It's easy and it has like that charm of years past with sidewalks. It reminds me of like the 50s. Not that I was alive then, but how I would imagine the 50s would be. There are plenty of sidewalks and plenty of friendly faces. And then there's Weaverville, located just north of Asheville, north of Woodfin. So that's another gem. It has a lovely main street with a small town feel and a range of lots of local businesses. But you still have like the big chains there too that are just kind of out of sight. I think there's like a Walmart and a Lowe's and things like that. So you have everything you need kind of self-contained. And then you have Asheville, just a hop, skip, and a jump. Again, 15, 20 minutes from downtown Asheville. So if you want to walk downtown on Main Street, Weaverville, there is coffee shops. Yellow Cup Coffee is there. They have a wonderful library in Weaverville as well, and great pizza joints and just tons of fun. So, yeah, and there's some art scene, and it's really, really nice. And there's lots of homes that are kind of built surrounding this Main Street. So it is possible to buy in that region and really not have to get in your car for a while. Weaverville's charm makes it a fantastic option for those seeking kind of a quieter, walkable community. So really, I'd like to highlight all over Asheville, you'll find communities and smaller subdivisions that provide walkability to their residents. Places like Biltmore Lake or Biltmore Park. We made a video on that as well. Biltmore Park is a planned subdivision with exactly this in mind, where they have created an area that is the marketplace of it, with the shops and the restaurants and the movie theater and the high-end restaurants, and then the cafes, everything that you'd want right there. And then a neighborhood feel with homes anywhere from 500 to 600 up to maybe 2 million almost in that area. There's a range, and you can all walk. You can walk to everything that's there. That's really cool. You'll see a video on that as well. And then Biltmore Lake is another master plan community located around a lake. And it's designed with walkability in mind, offering miles, I think 2 miles of walking trails that go all the way around the lake. And it's just picturesque with the mountains in the background. And there's a clubhouse, and you can rent kayaks, not rent them, but just borrow kayaks and canoes. So it's really a perfect blend of suburban living, along with kind of the relationship with nature and outdoors, which we really rely on so much in Asheville. And in East Asheville, you will find neighborhoods like Haw Creek that are really close to the Blue Ridge Parkway and have access to the various trails that are along the Blue Ridge Parkway. Beverly Hills neighborhood is really close to that as well, and it has a golf course nestled right there, so great walkability. You're not necessarily walking to the grocery store, though, or walking to a lot of restaurants, but the ability to walk out your door and enjoy the scenes around you and have a nice path and trail to walk on is absolutely available in those areas. So in general, I'd say watch out for subdivisions with no outlets, with cul-de-sacs and low through traffic. Proximity to a golf course, a park, or trail system always lets you know that there's going to be more options for you to go on foot. One community that I recently came across is South Cliff in Fairview. It's on 400 acres, and it's kind of an upscale gated community, and it has about 200 houses in there. And they built 6 miles of hiking trails that go up the mountain and connect to the lower part of the mountain and up top. And although you won't be able to walk downtown Asheville from here, but you will be able to kind of have these private mountain trails that kind of get you in nature quickly and kind of feel like your own oasis. We get calls and texts and emails every single day from people like you who are looking to move to the Asheville area, and we absolutely love it. So feel free to reach out through any of the links down below provided, and our team would be glad to help guide you through the process and find the right home for you. And if you'd like to learn more about Asheville in general, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Do it. And activate that bell, and you'll be alerted every time we make a new video for you. Until then, enjoy it all, and ciao for now.